everybody, and welcome. That's right, you have tuned in to Real Laughs on 104.1. We are your nightcap of comedy. I am your host tonight, Mr. James John. I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight, man. It's going to be a good show. It's Monday, August 10th. A lot going on, a lot to get to. But before we do that, I want to introduce my panel tonight, my co-host of this merriment of good times. That's right, we got Mike Herlihy.
Hey, how's it going tonight, man?
Not bad. I'm feeling pretty damn good, actually, man. Good to hear from you, man. It's been a week. We were off. Now we're back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I gotta tell you, look, I know I don't want to ruin the illusion for anybody. I know this is the Monday show, but we're recording on Sunday, and we missed that whole hurricane last week, right? Nothing. And then the past 2 hours, my house just flooded. My outdoor pool looks like La Brea tar pit. Like there's a brontosaurus head sticking up out of that. I don't know how I'm going to clean it, man. I don't know. I'm scared right now. I'm scared.
A brontosaurus head, but you got the Loch Ness monster in his backyard.
You got Denver the Last Dinosaur.
Like that.
That's right.
If you need to get rid of some bodies, I got a place.
You ain't lying. You ain't lying. Also, we have my main man, the guy to help start all this you're hearing right now, Mr. Miguel Colon Jr. is in the house. Miguel, how you doing, man?
Man, I'm good. And you know what's funny is Mike, I've been hiring like a new lawn guy to come over and like do some of my plants and stuff. You came by, you dropped off the headphone. You see, I got all those trees. Every week, I'm like, hey, man, some trees fell down from the storm. Can you take them out? And he's like, yeah. Today, I just watched like 13 branches fall back down.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I think he's just coming and sawing a little bit of them at a time. Every time he comes over, he's like, a little more wind, and I'm going to make another score with this guy.
And you know what? You know what I like about Miguel's yard? It's like, it's a full yard, but it's like a strip. It's like when you go to the city and you see those houses that were built between two bigger buildings just as like a FU to the building on the side of them. It's lawn. Exactly it. It's like 400 yards of lawn, but it's in one row. You can walk single file down it.
I got like the landing strip of courtyard.
Yep.
I take two passes on a mower and I'm like, done. But each pass is 8 minutes long.
That's crazy, man. Also joining us, just coming off a little comedy tour, we got the Godfather of Orlando comedy, Mr. Ken Miller. Ken, how you feeling, man?
Man, I hate the road.
Hey, let me ask you, Ken, are you COVID free?
I'm COVID free still.
And you had a great weekend, man.
Amen.
I would tell you, we were talking about this before the show started, and James wanted to know about it. Mike came through. I did the improv last week. We didn't have shows last week, but I did the improv last week. I will say this: I did bomb 2 of the 6 shows.
Wait a minute! Wait! Yeah. Come on, Ken.
No, come on. You know,
you ain't been on stage since when?
Yes, for almost 4.5 months. Mike, what we said when we were smoking cigars? What's the best story?
The bomb story.
True.
Thursday was just bad. Everybody was new to it. You know what I'm saying? So they were trying to figure out how it was working because you're seated from each other. You got the Am Scott window up between everybody. And
I think LaBelle said it best. It's like, man, if you're in that second or third section, it's like you're watching a hockey game. You got the plexiglass up.
Nice.
You know what I mean? So I just think that people just didn't know what to expect.
What'd you do? You didn't just go out there and go, okay, here's the Ken Miller Classics. You went all cocky. You were like, I'm gonna do 15 minutes of new pandemic material. And you got 4 minutes, and you're like,
yeah. And you're only doing 7 as the host, so you're only doing 7 because Chris is, even for people who don't bring a host now, she wants a host because you have to go over all the new rules.
You know what? Me and Mike are like this. I don't care what kind of show it may be for stand-up comedy. I think the host plays an important part of the actual show. So I prefer to have a host.
It's the most technically important part of the show.
Yeah, and for the improv, it's just for rules. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's the new, you got to get your temperature taken. If you go to the bathroom, you got to wear your mask. You can't leave till we come up to your table at the end of the show and say, okay, you're released. It's not everybody get up and rush out. So
like
everybody
duck goose.
Yeah. So everybody that's like, so all the people that are like, 2-man shows, Crystal would hit the opener and be like, "Hey, do you want to do these rules?" And they were like, "Nope, you can put the host."
Yeah,
so that's
there you
how
go.
I was able to host, but the show the early show Friday was good. Late show Friday sucked. The early show Saturday was phenomenal, and I hated it. Every show that I recorded to get the new material down, I did terrible at all of them.
That's the curse of the recording. Everybody knows that.
Yep.
Everybody knows that.
But I did Snappers this past weekend, and I sold out both shows, and it was the most they had since they started. And
congratulations.
The guy was like, man, they comp my food, drinks. I'm talking about. I was ordering like mad. I was ordering people like comics that were their drinks. But it was back, and I'm saving my big story for Thursday because I got some hate mail. But I'm saving that for my show. Oh, dude, this lady lit into me, but it was hilarious. But
wait. What was the lady that lit into you? Was it a lady from Snappers?
No. She was a young lady who came to the show, and I didn't take a picture with her, but I took a picture with somebody else, and she got mad and sent me a letter. But like I said, it's for a Thursday show.
Okay, got it.
It's super hilarious.
Because I got hate mail at Snappers when I went last time.
So, but the thing about being back on the road is to say it's back to the I can't sleep in hotels. I just cannot do. I've had the work. I almost hit y'all up today and tell you I couldn't do the show. I probably had 5 hours of sleep this weekend.
Why you can't sleep in a hotel, man?
I don't know. When I'm on the road, I just can't sleep. I'm at home, and I even take Benadryl and the Tylenol PM, and
you got to bring the fan. That's where you messing up. I got the fan with me. I got the fan right on my toes.
If Vista Inn, the hotel that they use is also like a apartment hotel.
Yeah. People live
in there, so it's like kids crying and this and that. And then the second night, I had to switch over to another hotel, and I just couldn't get comfortable. It was a rough weekend, man. But the shows were amazing, and I knew it was amazing because I got drunk last night and I was throwing up. So hey. Now I'm drinking tea for my throat today.
And Snappers stays open till like 3:00 in the morning serving drinks.
That karaoke side, I was like, I'm not going over there because they didn't care. Like if you were inside at the bar where the sushi is at, everybody had their mask on. You pull your mask down to drink, and then you put your mask
back up.
But at the karaoke side, man, they was mask off. Effing mask off. They didn't care, bro. I was just like, yeah. I told them I went out the back door. I said, I'm not even walking through that cloud of COVID, bro. I'm not going through that. Yeah.
I swung through the Improv again last night. I just late night decided, hey, it's 10. I can make it over there for the late show. And it was Gary Owen this weekend. I know how you all feel about him, but he put on a great show.
Yeah,
he was great, dude. He killed it. And the thing is, I didn't notice this when I went and saw Lavelle and Ken last weekend. But Ken, did they have the clock up in the sound booth for Lavelle weekend?
If they did, I didn't notice.
They have a huge, beautiful digital LED clock right now in the sound. You know what was the old system? I'll give you the light at 5. I'll give you the light at 10. Yeah, it's like the final countdown to nuclear war now, and you can read it perfectly. Like I was right behind the stage, and it's 45 starts ticking backwards, man.
That's the James Young clock.
Yeah. You see that? Bruh, you know what's crazy? I didn't even notice it unless they've had it before. Snappers has a clock in the booth now. I never noticed it. And I'm on stage, I take my stopwatch and I got my phone on stage and I'm doing my thing and I just happen to look at the DJ booth and I see the countdown going. I'm like, okay.
That's gotta be newer. I don't think one of us would have picked up on that.
Which was cool with me. I was like, cool. So then I can use my phone for audio or something like that and just pay attention to the clock. But it went good, man. The Friday show, I missed one joke. I didn't do the midget joke. But then somebody that was at the show reminded me, like, you didn't do the midget joke. I said, "Ooh, man, my bad." And then Saturday, he came to the show with his dad.
Oh, nice.
I was getting to the joke where I said it, and I hear him say, midget. Because he was thinking about the thing. And I looked at him, I was like, I remember.
That is so funny. I like the fact Ken keeps saying the word we ain't supposed to say.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't say it on stage. I say it to y'all.
Part of the reason I went to see Gary Owen last night is Gene Harding was a guy that I looked up to in South Florida when I was starting out. And Gene has been Gary's opener for as long as I can remember.
Not anymore. No.
I went to that show and Jersey was hosting. So I'm like, Jersey, is Gene in the green room? He's like, man, Gene ain't part of the show no more. I'm like, what happened? He's like, him and Gary have fallen out. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, Gary talked about it at the first show because someone yelled out, where's Gene? He's like, man, He's like, that dude got fired. Happens in this business too. He's like, I pay for your ticket, you don't show up. So I don't know what the whole story was there.
Yeah, now I've
wow.
heard some stories that Gene drunk, be party guy, and I heard this from another comedian that he missed some shows and stuff like that. So
that's
I mean,
wow.
but
That's unfortunate.
It's unfortunate because you gotta understand, for us, you a local dude and you get to travel with probably one of the biggest headliners right now, club wise. I ain't talking about arena wise, but Gary Owen is the biggest comedian club wise.
Well,
in our circuit.
You know what he's got coming out? He mentioned this during the show, and it was funny because we were just talking about this guy a couple of weeks ago. Michael Jai White, right? Played Spawn.
Yeah.
He's got a movie coming out with him in December. It's like a buddy cop fight movie or something. He's like,
oh, that sounds dope already.
You guys can guess which one I am.
But no, I like Michael J. White, man.
And like I said, I think Gary funny.
He's very funny.
From his comedy, I just know my few run-ins with him. I just have a bad impression of him. But hey, he's funny, and I feel bad for Gene because when you get an opportunity like that, you don't want to waste it. Because at one point. And Gary Owen had a show on BET, and Gene was on it.
Yep.
Yeah. He said he was his manager. I don't know if that's what they said he was on the show.
I met the new manager last night. Yeah.
But
gotcha.
Hey,
I will say,
well, I can't be mad at him. He's a good dude. I mean, I did, my fault. We have a rocky start, because I did sexually harass him. So my bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you probably shouldn't say that, James, because you'll be off this show next week.
Yeah, boy, these young kids will cancel your ass in a minute, baby.
You ain't lying.
All they want is that WAP, baby.
Yeah.
Out of the clubs I've done since the pandemic, I think Vero Beach Theater, Riverside Theater in Vero Beach, did a pretty good job handling social distancing. I did another club that was pretty much nothing going on. Improv, though, really impressed me because I didn't see it last weekend, but this weekend after the show, I saw Craig, door guy, sound guy, Craig.
Yeah, we all know. Shout out to Craig.
Walking around with the backpack and like the Ghostbuster blaster, and they were misting the entire room. So they got that stuff they were using in China with the big trucks going down the street. It reminded me when I was a kid and the mosquito truck would come through. And with it. So like they're taking more steps than I've seen from a lot of places. Like I felt really safe there, even as a guest. So that was
okay.
Devin was in Vero, and Devin told me that Vero every show was sold out to whatever the capacity was. He said they did a really good job. Of social distancing and keeping that place clean. And if you want to get your business back in, you need that word of mouth of people going out. Like I went to the Improv last week. They took temperatures. They cleaned the room. Bro, it's safe. But if you go hear about a club, man, ain't nobody have on no mask. They was sitting on top of each other in that mug.
Gary sold out.
Going there.
Gary Owen sold out every show. They had a 7 o'clock show tonight. They added a 10 o'clock show. So
good for him, bro.
He's doing good.
The Thursday show was the only light show. That was the only light show. But other than that, hey, man, like I said, he's funny, man. Hey, man. Where you been, dog?
He went out. We can't even hear him. What's going on right now is Miguel dropped out of our actual video view, and now he's trying to talk to us, but we can't hear him. which is really rare because Miguel not being able to be heard is probably really killing him right now. I love that dude.
Looking like DJ Khaled Taliban, yo.
I think we got to head to break anyway, so we'll try and get this fixed.
We get them back. And when we get back, people, I want to ask y'all a quick question because there's a birthday that came up, and I was shocked how old this woman is because she looks so young. I want to get you guys' opinion on it when we get back right here on Real Laughs. Don't go anywhere. 104.1. Welcome back, everybody. You are still listening to Real Laughs on 104.1. We are your nightcap of comedy. Want to remind you guys that please go download us on the iHeart app. You can always listen on Spotify as well as iTunes. And don't forget, you can follow us on Facebook and Instagram and now on YouTube. Be sure to go comment, like, and subscribe. That's right. Now, I'm your host, Mr. James John. I'm joined by Mr. Mike Hurley, Ken Miller, and Miguel Colon Jr. Now, guys, any of you guys left-handed, by the way? Anybody left-handed?
No,
little group?
No,
left-handed.
All left-handers are communists, bro.
During which activities?
Exactly.
I'm not against a stranger from time to time.
I'm going to go with writing. Let's go writing.
Left-handed, right? I go lefty all the time with that activity because I want my right hand available to, do whatever needs to be done, cook, or
Got it.
Got
Got
Turn
it.
the page, load a new video.
Yeah, hold the phone.
I like that. Oh, the only reason I bring that up is because today, Monday, August 10th, is International Left-Handers Day.
Round them
Now,
up.
that's it. The
Get
reason
'em
I
out.
bring it up because people that were left-handed in historically were thought of as the devil. One of the things they accused Joan of Arc was when she was a witch. They said she was left-handed, and that was the straw that broke the camel's back. They're like, "Yep, she's a witch. Burn that bitch." So.
Yeah. It's just science, James.
That's such a hip hop rhyme. Yo, the
Yeah.
chick was a witch, had to burn the bitch.
That bitch, yeah. Bars. Yeah.
And that was the last time they went right-handed. They're like, well, if we can't hate someone because they're left-handed, what can we hate them for? And someone said, skin color? And then we were off and running.
And they started slow clapping like. And thus racism was born.
Oh, man.
That's hilarious, man.
Yeah, you ever go to like Disney Springs and they got that little kiosk for just left-handed stuff? Have you ever seen that?
I've seen that kiosk, man, but I never go by it. I never actually like look at anything on it.
Go try to use some of that stuff as a right-handed guy. You will cut yourself. It's ridiculous.
Nah.
The scissors are all off. The pen is all wonky. It's ridiculous.
Gotcha. Also, today we've got some very special birthdays out there. It is, because I'm a comic book geek, it's Sebastian Stan's birthday. Now, you guys might not recognize that name, but he is the actor that plays Winter Soldier. So I love that dude. Shout out to him. It's his birthday. Nerd alert. Also, Jerry Springer, who I think is the godfather of Ratchet TV. I could be wrong, but I think first it was Jerry, then it was Maury.
Because was it Jerry like everybody else was all mellow and like the shows were all like Donahue style and stuff.
Yes.
I was gonna say, who was not Phil Donahue? Was it Maury
Povich?
No, it
Morton, Morton Downey Jr.
Morton Downey or
but he was late night.
With black hair,
yeah. He's the guy that put the fake swastika on his forehead and said he was attacked.
He's the one that came up with the term feminazis. Every woman who wanted rights, he's like, these feminazis running around.
Back then it was the good old days for some people like that. But also, it is Debbie Mazur's birthday. Now, you guys might not recognize her name, but you've seen this woman on TV and movies. She was in Goodfellas. She always plays the same kind of character, the Italian, tell it like it is, straight shooter kind of girl. She's 55. Now, this shocked me. Debbie Mazur. It's spelled Mazzar. Like, look her up, Ken. You've seen her in something.
Oh,
she was
she's adorable. She's in her 50. She's 55.
That's what I said. This woman still looks amazing. So I wanted to ask you guys real quick, what are some of the celebrities that are out there right now that don't look their age at all?
Son, I got two off top.
Oh, who, Ken?
Halle Berry.
Yes, sir.
Angela Bassett.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Bruh, every time you see Halle Berry, you're like, there's no way Halle Berry is like 50-something years old, bro.
She is 50-something years old, and so is Angela. One of the two of the most beautiful women in the world.
I'll tell you who impresses me all the time. Paul Rudd.
Yes.
I think he injects himself with the embryos of fetuses to keep something's up there. That guy's a vampire. If you watch him from 20 years ago and today, it's the same dude.
51 years old. He looks at the same
30. He looks 30
years ago, dude. That's funny, yo.
You know who else looks good in her 50s as well? From Dusk Till Dawn, that famous scene with her dancing in that bikini. Salma Hayek's in her 50s.
Yeah, Salma Hayek is still a cutie pie too, man.
Bro, beautiful, beautiful woman. God bless her. Go ahead.
Girl that I don't know why I'm missing her name now. Marissa Tomei.
Yeah.
She doesn't look young, but every time she gets older, she's like at the top level of that age group attract.
I agree. She plays Aunt May. Ken in them Spider-Man movies.
Yeah, the newest Aunt May. Yeah,
the new one.
And my cousin Vinny. She was
Ken Rock.
Also, actress that I love so much because she's I don't know, she's just very likable. I gotta mention Sandra Bullock. She's in her 50s, man. Sandra looks good.
I don't know. Sandra always remind me of Marissa Tomei with a bad attitude.
Really? No.
I never found her as cute. She's always that one. She's like, girl, that nothing's ever going to be good enough when you go dinner. I'm like, oh, I don't like this place.
No.
Do they have a vegan option? Blah, blah, blah.
Nah, I can't hate on Sandra. To me, she seems like she'd be like a sweet person. Plus, she's one of the few actors. Well, she's one of the actresses out there who actually adopted black kids. So I can't be mad at that.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
man. Okay.
Mm-mm.
Catching them
Mike
like
said no.
Pokemon,
Mike said,
bro.
oh.
Speed 1 falls in love with Keanu Reeves. Speed 2, some guy named Patrick something on a ship. Come on, that's a little loose.
Yeah.
You can't
So
shame
you know
anymore,
I'm
Mike.
over here like mad Googling, right? Vivica A. Fox, 56 years old. She's still pretty.
Yeah, she is.
Taraji P. Henson, she's about to turn 50. She's still pretty.
I didn't know she was that old.
Yeah,
Wow.
she's 49, bro. She's about to be 50 years old. Dude, Lynn Whitfield from A
Beautiful.
Thin Line Between Love
Yes.
and Hate. Dude,
Yes, sir.
she's still, she plays Lady May on the show me and Sean watch. And
Yeah.
she's 67 years old.
Are you for real?
67 years old. And she remember she was murdering Martin on the Thin Line Between Love and Hate like 20 years ago. She was
Back before
47
Martin
years
went
old when she murdered Martin.
back before Martin went crazy. Yeah, that's a while back, man.
That's
We were
why
talking
I
about
went crazy.
we were talking about a couple of weeks ago. Samuel Jackson's what, in his 70s, and
Yes.
he still
Yeah.
looks like he could play any character he played 30 years ago.
God
Dude.
bless him.
Gabrielle Union's 47 years old.
Gross.
That ain't that old. That ain't that old.
47, bro.
Yo, no, for real. She looks young though.
Yeah.
Just to
She'll
let
cutie
you
pie.
guys know, I apologize for leaving all the time. The power keeps just going out here downtown.
Yo, I'm scared too because mine is in a pocket where I live. We got this thing going with the city where we're trying to get them to fix the transformers around here because
Yeah.
it rains.
It's called
Our
pay your
power
bill,
goes out.
Ken. Pay
Nah,
your
I
bill. Don't make it a whole thing. Pay your bill, man.
Mike, you say that, but every time power goes out, I still have flashbacks of being 22 years old,
Yo,
and not
amen.
having power money.
Yo,
So every time
amen.
it happened today, when it happened just a second time a minute ago, when I cut off, the first thing I did was call OUC. Like, let me just make sure.
yeah.
I measure success in life not by the cars in my driveway, but by the last time my power went out. And
Yo.
it was my fault.
Yeah.
And
wake
if
up.
I'm going on 14 years, man.
That's
When
good.
a power
Okay.
company, you call them now they got to automate like in
That's
your
what I called.
area. The power, I'm like, whoa, Jesus Christ.
See, my
Right.
problem is I'm hosting this right now, and I got Spectrum cable and internet. And the
Shoot.
thing is, Spectrum Internet will shut down on a beautiful night for no reason
Reason.
at like
No reason.
midnight. So when I saw these clouds rolling in, I knew we had to record in like an hour. I'm like, this ain't gonna be good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for no reason, bro.
That
For
Spectrum
no
cable,
reason.
like a jealous
Yo.
girlfriend, just
They're
shut
like,
down
oh,
for no
and
reason.
you call the number. They're like, oh, we're shut down for planned maintenance. I'm like, well, if it was planned, you should have gave me a call. Let me
Notice.
plan around it.
Oh, speaking of cable, Ken, have you been watching the NBA back on TV?
You know it, baby. My Lakers
Okay.
are 2-3 and they suck.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you something right now, man. You know me, I'm not a sports fan at all. I'm not one of those guys that sit and watch it. I don't follow it. I don't care who wins or loses. But I am a fan of people that happen to be athletes. Like, I'm a fan of Tiger Woods. I don't like golf, but after all the stories about him with all these girls and he was hitting all these women, I'm like, that dude must be doing something right on a golf course.
Hold on. You weren't a fan of his sport. You was a fan of him being a hoe?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're a fan
I
of
was-
adultery.
Uh,
Because you know what it is. We all are fans of things we can't do ourselves. And
Yeah.
James is like, I gotta stay home and chill.
Yo, no, bro, it was logic. I'm like, yo, he hitting all these women. He must be hitting the hell out of a golf ball on the court. No, I started watching it.
He up there with the GOAT, man.
And I started
No
watching
shame in it.
tennis after Serena. Like, enough said, right? Serena was
But-
on the court. I was
But you
watching.
watching Serena for all that butt, yo.
Yeah.
James won't watch the draft, but he'll watch the Adult Video Awards every year.
James just
Like,
like,
no,
It is,
no,
bro.
are you kidding me? Not him again.
Hey, kid.
James sitting there watching beach volleyball. They're like, who you following? He's like, I don't know none of these girls' names.
Have you seen the Brazilian team? I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
Oh, the
kid.
Korean team's on? I'll change the channel.
Yeah, that's
no
gross.
booty.
None. But Ken, how come you didn't tell me? You being an NBA fan, how come you didn't tell me I need to be following Steven Jackson? I did not know that he's the most gangster
Bruh.
NBA player of all time. I had no
man.
idea.
He and when he was in the NBA, he was
Yeah.
he was thug like that. You know what I'm saying? He's never
Wow.
been the guy that backed down, man. Because his journey to the NBA is different from everybody else. He had
Yes.
to come up through like the CBA and foreign
Yeah.
leagues and stuff
Yeah.
like that to work his way in. And he was a big time role player for the Spurs when they won championships.
And he didn't go back the next year. Like
Yeah,
he won a championship and moved on.
Yeah, moved on. He went to, I think, Atlanta, and then he played. Then he was a journeyman after that. Then he went like the Pacers and the Warriors, and
he
I
went
think
to
he might have
Pacers.
played
That's
with
where he got his.
Charlotte.
Yeah, he went to Indiana, got his big contract. But the funny reason why he didn't sign with the Spurs after winning a championship, the ownership told him they did not like his girlfriend, his fiance. They said she causes too many problems. So I looked them up, like, well, why would they say that? What'd the girl do? So I started following Steven, and he put on his IG story one of the craziest things I've ever heard. Talking about he was about to marry this girl. He had been dating her for like 2 or 3 years. They had a kid together. So naturally, after you have a kid, you get married. So he was going to marry the chick. But he said 3 months before they were going to get married, he had a prenup written up, and they both agreed that they're both going to sign it. He signed his part. 2 months before the wedding, she didn't sign it. A month before the actual wedding, she still hadn't signed it. Now the day comes up, the day of the wedding. This chick still hadn't signed the prenup, but said she was that day. So he's waiting in the room with the preacher, and the preacher is looking at him, and his nanny comes in, who's supposed to bring the prenup, and says she still ain't signed it. Now keep in mind, this girl that was supposed to sign his prenup got this preacher to actually talk to her hubby to be that day. And here's a clip of what the preacher tells him about prenups, which I found absolutely funny and hilarious. Can we play that real quick, Mike?
The preacher says, hold on. Now, I know you love this girl. Don't make a drastic decision. I think you should just let God handle it. I say, huh? I think you should just let God handle it. Me, as a pastor, I don't believe in prenups. Nah, I know why she was fighting for you. You don't believe in prenups. Nah, it all makes sense. I ain't getting married. Damn what you believe in. I put everything in God's hand. And God is telling me to put the pen in her hand and make her sign this goddamn prenup before I get married. That's what God's telling me. So God telling me and you two different things, partner.
Yo,
Bro, he actually canceled the wedding that day. True story. And then he went downstairs with his boys to the actual reception. Still had the reception, and his boy goes into the DJ booth and puts on a song. What song do you think they played? The first song after they canceled the wedding.
Na. Hey. Goodbye.
Gold Digger by Kanye West.
Yo, if you got to understand, young women out there, or young men, if you happen to marry somebody with some money, they're going to prenup you.
Yeah, but I want to ask you guys a couple of questions when we get back. We got to go right now to break, but I just thought that was the most hilarious thing. This dude paid $400,000 for that wedding and said, nope, it's not going to happen. So when we get back, we're going to be asking the panel what they think about that right here on Real Laughs 104.1. Welcome back, everybody. You are still rocking with Real Laughs on 104.1, and we are your nightcap comedy. I'm your host, Mr. James John. I'm joined with Mike Hurley, Miguel Colon Jr., and the Godfather of Orlando comedy, Ken Miller. Now, we were just talking about Steven Jackson. Now, he's the most gangster NBA player I've ever witnessed. We were just talking about the fact that he made a video explaining how he left his bride at the altar because she did not sign that prenup. That's right. But he still went downstairs and enjoyed the reception the whole night. And then he ended that story by telling us that he hit off one of her best friends, that it just to top it all off. Yep, that's how you do revenge. Well, I wanted to ask you guys, was he wrong in calling off that whole wedding after spending $400,000, after having his friends, family, and Bobby Valentino was standing at the altar ready to sing all that, and he still called off the wedding? Man, how do you guys feel about that?
$400,000 sounds like a lot, but it's a lot less than what he would have lost without getting that.
Yeah.
When you think of that guy, millions, 400,000, that's a night at the club for him, you know?
Yeah. Plus, man, I mean, if you're going to get married to somebody who doesn't respect your wishes, you know what I'm saying? How's this relationship going to work? She didn't tell him. It would have made a lot more sense if she told him, I'm not going through this wedding because I'm not signing a prenup. You know, had she told him that, she'd have been clear and honest. Then he would have been a fool to think the wedding was going to happen. But this person kept telling him, I'm a son. Now, I'll be real honest with you, though. I think he's a sucker for going through with it, like getting it that far without the prenup.
And I
You know
felt
what I'm
the
saying?
same. I felt the same way. But then he goes on to say, everybody kept asking him, "Well, why did you let it get that far?" Because you're right, Miguel. I agree with you.
Yeah.
And he said, "Dude, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna keep it 100. I was in love. I
Mhm.
loved
Yeah.
this
Okay.
girl." He goes, "I was hoping and praying that this girl would sign that prenup."
I could believe
Yeah,
that. I
Who
could.
was it?
yeah,
Was it Chris Rock or Chappelle when Kobe went through his marriage issues? Was doing he gave her a ring the size of a skating rink, like $200 million. She never slam dunked a basketball in her life. She never hit a free throw. She's never been to a single. He's like, there's gotta be a stop. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
there's like always the difference too. When it's that girl that was with you through college, through the CBA,
yeah,
through all that,
yeah,
it's
Through
like
the six other
prenup.
girls.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
yeah.
better be that prenup. Better be she's getting half
Right.
because at the end of the day, when she rode with you through half of it, everybody here has had a significant other that you can look back on and be like, I really did get through of that part of my life
Yeah.
with
She was
that person beside
she
me.
was
You
your
know?
ride or die. Absolutely.
When
And what people
Yeah,
She was
go
doing
ahead, Mike.
lunches at Taco Bell's and dinners waitressing at Denny's so you could go to
yeah.
practice
Yeah.
trying
That's
to
why
make your way in. Yeah.
Ken knows.
Yeah.
Ken knows. That's why in the military they like, oh, you leaving your wife and she was with you since you was an E1 to an
Bruh.
E6.
And giving
Yeah,
her half your
she
pension.
get half.
Bruh,
I know what she been through.
half of your pension. But yeah, I mean, if she like I was saying before we went into the break, if you're marrying somebody with that stature, because right now his net worth is $25 million.
Yeah,
Ooh,
So if
that's a
you're
lot.
marrying somebody with
woo,
that stature, you know what you're getting into. So you
Yeah.
yeah.
know them celebrities are like, you're not taking now I agree with you guys. If she's somebody that's been with him and she was taking care of him while he was trying to get famous,
Holding
then
them
I can
down.
see you owe him some. But if he's been in the league 6 years, y'all met at the club.
Yeah,
Now y'all hanging out. He done fell in love. Y'all got a baby. Now you know you're gonna get child support.
She put that
And
wop
he's not
on
gonna
him.
get child support. And he like, look, I just want you to sign this prenup. You know what I mean? And she
yeah,
like, all right. And she
Okay.
like, nah, I'm waiting. I'm
And
gonna
here's the
wait.
thing about
I'm gonna wait.
prenups, which people don't think. A lot of people hear prenup and think, "Oh, it means that the girl don't get anything." That's not how a lot of them work. Actually, you guys negotiate on the terms and the amount
You
that
ain't getting half.
you're not
yeah,
getting
You
half.
ain't getting
But
half.
here's something you can have if we
yeah,
do decide to go separate
Yeah.
ways.
He might have been like, here, he go $1 million. You know,
yeah,
I've seen that. I've seen celebrities like, all right, we out. Look, hey, here's $1 million. Hey, you can have the house, you can have the cars. Here's $1 million. And they like, nope, I won't have.
I have in mind, I keep
Nah.
the Xbox. That's what I got. Because I came into this relationship with the
Mike,
Xbox, I'm leaving with the
Mike,
she's
Xbox.
sitting there.
That
She's
real
sitting
Xbox,
there with.
talk.
that Xbox,
She's
20 years old.
she's sitting
Okay.
there with her lawyers, and she's like, and show me where it says you keep the controllers.
Yo,
Wow.
Mike, I'm 100% with you on this one, my dude. Real talk. When I got divorced the first time, I left with my TV, I left with my PlayStation, I took my DVDs, and I took a
What?
futon.
Mhm.
Wow.
You ain't getting the
And my
futon.
Nintendo my Nintendo, and I said
Yeah.
the rest is yours.
Okay.
That's all I
Wow.
took.
All,
That's
all,
all I had in the studio apartment, bro.
all
Damn,
kidding,
kid.
all kidding aside, Ken, I was in love with this girl. I was living with her. We had just celebrated our 1 year anniversary in October. I was driving 2 hours south to work on the weekends to drive back to Orlando because nothing was hiring up here. I came back one weekend. She wasn't there. I finally got her on the phone. She said she was leaving me. She met someone else. I packed up all her stuff in the house, put it in garbage bags, put it in the living room so that her and her mom could just come and pick that stuff up. The Xbox that I gave her for our anniversary was locked up in my bedroom. I'm like, no, you don't hit the 1 year. You don't hit the 1 year, get the Xbox. I kept
Right.
the Simpsons game. I kept the driver game.
Ooh, not the
No,
Simpson game.
no, you got a
Yo,
man. You got a man. Let him give you everything, including
Mike,
an Xbox.
you're a monster. Like,
Yeah.
You took
Mike's
my,
like,
you take my heart. I'm taking your enjoyment. That's how it goes.
I imagine.
Hey,
Well, let me ask you guys a quick question though. Look, if the roles were reversed, just hypothetically, if you were marrying a woman that was really famous or athlete, a lot of money, basically,
Mhm.
would you guys be okay signing a prenup?
hell yeah.
Yeah,
Bro, do you know the life I'm about to live with this famous person? If I make it 10 years, okay, say I'm gonna just throw Oprah out there because she's the richest black lady I know, and I'm
Uh
with
huh.
Oprah for 10 years. I'm living a
Yeah.
billionaire life, and if she decide I want to get divorced, and like I said, she gonna throw me $1 million, a house, and a car. I'm like, yo, Oprah, this
uh,
been the best 10 years
here's
of my life.
here's the problem, kid. Like
then
you
I'm
need
gonna
to
go sleep with Gail.
Yeah, exactly. You need to go, but Gail gonna be in bed with Oprah.
True.
You're gonna. Hey, you Stedman. Here's the thing. You Stedman.
Yeah.
And you living with Oprah. Every couple years, you're gonna have to renegotiate that prenup. Because after 10 years with Oprah and you've been living the billionaire baller life, she's like, I'm gonna give you $1 million. You're like, $1 million? What are you searching the couch for change? $1 million?
Not me,
I'm gonna have to
Miguel.
go to the grocery store and
Bruh.
buy my own food. I
Bruh.
haven't been in a
Not
grocery
me.
store.
Yeah,
Not
but
me.
see,
I'll pop up at
Oprah's
the other bar and buy all y'all drinks.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
Hey.
You
back,
don't know
baby.
if you've been hanging with Oprah for 10 years, you don't know anyone anymore.
you don't know.
Nah,
True.
You
No.
don't have
I'm
no
telling you,
homies.
Miguel's on to something right now. He's right. Being with Oprah's different, man, because like you know she got rules for you dating her. Like if she says, "Oh,
Mm-mm.
Gail's gonna stay tonight," she's
Mhm.
looking at you because she wants you to get up out the bed and go to the guest room because Gail's sleep on her. You're
Well,
absolutely
no,
right.
James, it don't get up out the bed. You have your own quarters when you're Stedman.
Yeah,
You got your
True.
own little bed. It's
True.
got a pirate ship
Yeah.
and like a fireman's pole. And you be on Xbox. You be on Xbox Live with Kevin Federline and all the other homie husbands. And you like, yeah, man, we chilling, man.
We
Bruh.
That's
chill.
where you
Hey,
messed
Hey
up.
man,
Yeah.
hey, look here, man. I'm living the billionaire lifestyle. Whatever she want me to do,
That's
I
what
will
I'm saying.
do.
If Oprah comes walking in and goes, Ken, I don't love you anymore. I've been seeing other guys. We need to get divorced. You'd be like, whoa, babe. Let's not get crazy here.
yeah.
Be whoever you want. You don't have to love me, but divorce? Divorce? Baby, I'm here for you. You go do what you're going to do, but don't.
Baby,
Look,
yeah.
my Xbox is here.
You gonna take
Right.
the
You
pirate
talking-
bed though? Why you gonna take the pirate bed from me, Oprah?
Yeah.
Not my
Like,
pirate bed. bitch.
Stedman doesn't even get it. She's like, Stedman, I'm leaving you. He's like,
Yeah.
okay. Like, you going somewhere to see another dude? She's like, no. I don't want to be with you anymore. He's like, oh, okay, word. So, like, you want me to just stay in my room when people come
Yeah.
over?
Why
I don't get what's happening here.
Babe, why don't you take tonight or maybe the next 20, 30 years?
Yeah.
Really think about this.
You need to
Yeah.
think about this, Harpo.
I'll-
Okay.
I'll go to our other 18 houses and I'll just stay there. You know,
Yeah,
while
that's
you
what he
think about it.
thinks.
Baby,
He, like,
there's
literally
a
walks in.
lot of paperwork involved. You don't want to
Yeah.
handle yourself. I'll just stay out of your way till you
Yeah,
need me.
this is crazy, baby. Why don't you just take a couple
Yo.
years, kick it with Ellen, whatever y'all got to do. I'll be here. I'll be fine.
Yo,
I'll be fine. Stop worrying about me.
I had to look up Stedman because you know in the comedy world, TV world, rap world, we always make fun of Stedman.
Yeah,
we do.
because he got
But
the
he
best
has
gig
a
in
great
America.
he best gig. They've been together since 1986.
Yeah, man. And
He
they've
was
had,
with Oprah when Oprah was on regular as news, bro.
he was with Fat Oprah, with Thinner
Yeah.
Oprah,
Yeah.
with
And you can
Shaky
laugh
Arms
at
Oprah.
Stedman all you want. He's laughing harder right back at everybody else. He's like,
Yeah.
100%.
Stedman
don't even
Oprah
hear-
had sex
Bro,
twice.
when we speak, that's like a foreign language. He don't hear broke people. He don't know what we talking about, man.
Mm-mm.
Are
He
you
didn't know.
kidding?
He didn't know of Jay-Z until Jay-Z made all that money. He was like,
Yo.
I looked back into you. So you were a little successful before the Beyonce wedding, huh?
Yo,
No.
okay, but I want y'all to check this out though. This was making me laugh. Stedman, what do you think his net worth is?
his net worth?
Stedman ain't got no net worth, man.
His net worth?
Throw a number out there. Throw a number out there.
20 million.
Okay, no. What you got,
Oh.
Mike?
3 million.
500,000.
No, 10 million. 10 million to Oprah's 2.6 billion, bro.
Who said?
Because here's the thing. She been giving Stedman an allowance every week, and he just
Yo.
putting it away for that
Yo.
rainy day.
That's it.
Who
That's
is
it.
I think Mike, you were talking about, is it Chris Rock who do the joke where about getting half? And he's like, yo, you made $10 million. And then she work at the salon and here go my $700. So we made $10 million.
$700.
I'm gonna put a little bit to Stedman like, yo, we worth $2 billion, $10 million.
Hey,
Boo. Look
and you know Stedman be freaking out when she come home and the house ain't right. Like he's on the
Yeah.
road. Where you at, baby? Down the street? Oh,
I gotta get up. Yo.
How do you think Stedman feels when they go out to dinner and she leaves his net worth as a tip?
Yo, Stedman, we could probably get Stedman on the show.
We could.
Yeah. He'd be so excited. He'd be like, hey, man, nobody
Hey.
ever talks to me.
Hey, all I talk to is Kevin Federline, just me and him. That's all.
Y'all want to see my pirate ship bed? It's dope.
I wonder if there is a support group for male celebrity husbands, and it's just Britney Spears' guy and
Kevin Federline,
Stedman.
And all they do
we
is
got
they-
nothing to complain about, man.
Uh-uh.
We're doing good.
Bro,
They hang out with the minor league
good
baseball
life.
teams they bought for fun. They're just like, hey,
Yeah.
man, I got a
Arena
stock
football
car.
teams.
Hey, man, what Bernie Mac said? Good living. Good living.
Yeah.
Good living.
Hey
Good
man,
living, baby.
you ever think of leaving her? That's a good one. That's a good one.
Hey,
Son, they slapping fire. You crazy, son.
that's so funny,
You
man.
crazy, bro.
Oh.
You know,
She sent
Stedman
me out
worried
for
too.
condoms for her and her boyfriend the other night.
Yeah.
Ask me how I got that.
You know, Stedman's worried too. He's like, I worry she dies because I know I'm not in the will.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Should have got that prenup.
Mm-hmm.
She makes him put the condom on the dude. That's wrong.
Mm-hmm. He comes up and looks at the dude. He's like, hey, bro, let me put this on you, Holmes. And real quick, nibble the back of her ear. I heard she loves that. Anyway, I'm going to cook some pizzas.
Why are
in
your
the pizza
hands so
oven.
warm from being in her pockets?
That's right.
He got a
Hey, real
daughter,
quick.
too, man.
Yeah. Real quick before we
Oprah
go,
had a
guys.
baby?
No, Stedman had a daughter.
Oh, okay.
Stedman.
Another relationship.
Before we go, I want to say real quick, Mike, I know we have some shows coming up, my friend. Where are we going to be, Mike? And where are you going to be?
I'm going to be at the Tin Roof outside the Orlando Eye right there Tuesday. And then I'm with you and Terry Fader from AGT Wednesday and Thursday at the Orlando Improv.
Nice, man. Terry
Yeah,
Fader,
welcome.
ventriloquist.
You are
Thank
welcome.
you. Thank you very much.
Godfather's back in business.
I owe Ken 60% of my pay for the night. So.
Then you didn't sign a prenup?
He said this time it was going to be different, Miguel. This time was for real.
You know how they do, Miguel. Like, baby, trust me. We ain't going to break up.
Oh, man.
Why we got to get the government involved when we meet
Involved.
each other?
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, this is weird.
Mhm.
So me and Mike, you can catch us, but Mike will be Monday. Is it Monday, Tin Roof? Tuesday, I'm sorry. Tuesday, Tin Roof.
Yep.
Yeah, great venue, by the way.
Dave
Shout out to
Naboa
David
and Kevin
Naboa.
White. It's going to be a great show. Yep.
Nice. Thank you guys for tuning in to Real Laughs tonight. On behalf of Mr. Miguel Colon Jr., Ken Miller, Mike Curley, thank you guys for listening. Be sure to go to iHeart app, download all our past episodes. Don't forget you can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and on YouTube. Please go comment, like, and subscribe. We will see you guys tomorrow night on Tuesday. Y'all be safe out there and just love one another. God bless. We out.